What's up, guys? Thor Dykow here. It's this week on Blu-ray and DVD. We've got a mixed bag to talk about today. We start with the highly acclaimed Benedict Cumberbatch in The Imitation Game. This actually was nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and he plays the real story of Alan Turing here, the World War II codebreaker. Take a look at The Imitation Game.
This war, we're not winning it. If you speak a word of what I'm about to show you, you will be executed for high treason.
It's beautiful. It's the greatest encryption device in history, and the Germans use it for all communications.
Everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable.
Let me try, and we'll know for sure.
Mr. Turing, do you know how many died because of it?
I don't.
3, while we've been having this conversation.
Wow, I don't know if that doesn't get you pumped up for the movie, I don't know what will. A veritable who's who as well of British cast members there, with Mark Strong, Charles Dance, Matthew Good, and the great Keira Knightley, who basically has to pretend to be in a married relationship with Alan Turing because he was gay. He was a man who struggled with his sexuality at a time in the late 40s, early 50s, when it was illegal to be gay in Britain, and that's a big part of the story. There are 3 arcs to the story in terms of his upbringing, the World War II stuff, and the subsequent investigation into him in the 50s. So it follows a lot of different timelines. If anything, I would say they glossed over the ending of Turing's life a little bit, but it is very compelling throughout, plays out like a classic mystery and full of compelling acting, a beautiful story, and a poignant performance from Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley, and a very thoughtful screenplay. It actually won the Best Screenplay Award at the Oscars. So The Imitation Game was one of the finest films of 2014. You can get it now on Blu-ray and DVD, and it's chock full of great bonus features to tell you all about the production and the real story of who Alan Turing was, the most famous codebreaker in World War II. Oh yeah, there you go, people. Okay, next, we are kicking it up a notch with Matthew McConaughey and Christopher Nolan's big screen epic, and I gotta tell you, it looks just as good on your screen in the television set on Blu-ray and DVD. We're talking Interstellar, and the planet is in turmoil, and they have to basically get a bunch of people together to go out into space and see if we can colonize other worlds. Here's Interstellar.
We must confront the reality.
We're not meant to save the world. We're meant to leave it.
We must reach far beyond our own lifespans. We must think not as individuals, but as a species.
Yeah, very sweeping, powerful movie, Interstellar, with just incredible visuals and state-of-the-art effects. And they did a lot of practical work with this movie as well, using miniatures and models. And the Hans Zimmer score is one of his finest. And Matthew McConaughey really grounds this movie. I did have a couple of issues with how it ended. It really made you sort of suspend your disbelief. So it went for a lot of hard science fiction throughout, and then it relied a lot on a little sort of a little bit too much of cliched and a love story. But I still enjoyed so much of Interstellar. It is a powerhouse movie and not afraid to examine some very complex themes, and I appreciate what Christopher Nolan and the rest of the production crew did, because science fiction at this level is not always accessible, but he managed to pull it off and make it a rousing adventure. And the Blu-ray is loaded with all kinds of behind-the-scene features. 3 hours of in-depth analysis, explores the realities of the movie, how they created those stunning visuals, an extended cut of the science of Interstellar, which was a broadcast special, and a lot more there too. You can also get it on ultraviolet. So Interstellar, again, one of the best films of 2014. And don't worry, I know if you thought it was incredible and only would work on the big screen in theaters, it looks just as good on Blu-ray. So catch that one and add it to the list as well for your viewing privileges. Okay, we're keeping the Oscar kick going with Reese Witherspoon in Wild. This is based on the true story of Cheryl Strayed, a woman who wrote a book about her experiences. She was struggling through life and with no experience at all, decided to embark on the Pacific Crest Trail. Take a look.
Go above your nerve. Emily Dickinson and Cheryl Strayed. Oh my God. What have I done?
I'm sorry you have to walk 1,000 miles just to...
Finish that sentence. Why do I have to walk 1,000 miles?
Happy trails, Cheryl.
Turn away.
Yeah, this is a very powerful film and probably some of Reese's best work. She was nominated for an Oscar as well, along with Laura Dern for Best Supporting Actress. Gorgeous visuals, a lot of location shooting. Part of the reason this movie works as well, it's from Jean-Marc Vallée, the director of a little movie called Dallas Buyers Club. And there are a lot of great flashbacks where you see her upbringing with Laura Dern as her mom, and a just incredible man, or woman in this case, versus nature's story. So it's very powerful, and Reese is so compelling to watch because a lot of the movie rests solely on her shoulders because she has to carry it. A lot of the scenes, it's just her and herself versus essentially the wild. Some great behind-the-scenes featurettes, an interactive trail map, audio commentary, and deleted scenes take you deeper into the movie. But wild, what an incredible journey. And if you want to take that one with Reese, you might be in for a good time. A lot of drama and some humor in that one, but just an all-around great movie there. So we'll keep it going. And this is something for the kids now, and this was an IMAX production. It's Island of Lemurs, Madagascar, and Morgan Freeman, who's a veteran at narrating these kind of nature documentaries, takes you on an amazing journey. Now, this is actually a very short movie. It's just over half an hour long, but because it was done with the partnership of IMAX and Warner Brothers, these are very costly productions to make, and they only have a limited amount of resources and time, and a lot of times also because they're in such a sensitive area as Madagascar. So my only beef with this one is it's too short. It left me wanting more, but that is always good when it comes to entertainment. So you're obviously, this is what you see is what you get. It is the spectacular journey to the remote and wondrous world of Madagascar, where lemurs arrived millions of years ago as castaways, and they have since evolved into hundreds of diverse species, now highly endangered though. So the movie looks at the tireless efforts of trailblazing scientists and conservationists who are trying to help these strange and adorable creatures survive in the modern world. And the cinematography and what they're able to capture of Madagascar as an ecosystem is just jaw-dropping. Stunning visuals in this one, got good bonus features, and you know what? If you're actually looking for something really short to pop in for the kids, this one is great because, as I say, it is under an hour long. Did have an IMAX run in theaters, but now you can own the Blu-ray, and it looks just beautiful. Would love to go to Madagascar and check out those crazy little creatures. All right, 2 television shows coming to Blu-ray and some beautiful sets. We'll start with Veep. Julia Louis-Dreyfus reprising her 3-time Emmy-winning role as Vice President Selena Meyer in this sharp and satirical most-watched comedy series, Veep, hilariously skewering the whirlwind day-to-day existence of the VP's office in Washington, politics at large. The cast is so good in this one. The writing is so sharp. It is oftentimes very frank, very graphic, but also such good satire. And Louis-Dreyfus, to go and have such success with a show like Seinfeld, and then to reinvent herself in this kind of role, is so fun to watch. The 10-episode Veep Season 3, get it on Blu-ray DVD, and the digital HD set also comes with the Blu-ray. You get exclusive bonus content, hilarious deleted scenes, audio commentary with the entire cast, so don't miss Veep. And also from HBO, you may not have heard this one, but Silicon Valley, a hilarious comedy about the modern day workings of a group of ragtag guys in Silicon Valley. And this is from Alec Berg, who created Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Mike Judge of Office Space and Beavis and Butthead fame. It's set in the high-tech gold rush of Silicon Valley, where the most qualified people are the least capable of handling success. It was hailed as one of the new great shows by the San Francisco Chronicle, and it was nominated for 5 Emmy Awards last year, including Best Comedy Series. So that comes to you with 8 episodes in Season 1, and an excellent cast there. I always love T.J. Miller, who's the kind of stonerish blonde guy. But again, these guys have great chemistry. The camaraderie is definitely felt, and the writing is sharp and snappy, much like Veep. So Silicon Valley, if you haven't heard of it, get it now on Blu-ray or DVD. There you go, people. That's it. A nice mixed bag. Lots to choose from this week. I'm Thor Dykow. It's another edition of This Week on Blu-ray and DVD. Check me out on Twitter. We'll see you next week on breakfasttelevision.ca.